the King of Weebs here, and this is what if Naruto was exiled from the Leaf Village, part 2. Last time we left off with Naruto actually becoming a bounty hunter and being put as a S-rank rogue ninja, and anyways, now he was walking towards the land of waves to actually go kill Gato, but at the same time Team 7, which is made out of Tsuki, Menman Mito, and Sasuke, I'll say, because I can't remember properly, um, they were heading there too. Now, obviously, Team 7 would be on their first ever C ranked mission, which was initially just a C ranked mission from what they thought. However, it wasn't, and they were actually in a much higher ranked mission than they thought they were in. They were actually in an A rank mission, as two Chunin actually did attack them. And anywho, now obviously Kakashi was questioning Tazuna about what's going on here. You said that it was just a normal C rank mission, so how is it that you know there's tuning here? Obviously Tazuna had to admit the truth, and Kakashi was kind of angry, but he understood that he didn't have money, and he thought that his team could do it, especially because there's Tsuki, Sasuke, and Man Mito. Obviously, these guys are like the highest, well, the strongest kind of genin you can get in the Leaf Village. But anyways, anywho, now Team 7 does meet Zabuza and Haku, and they do have their little standoff. Obviously, Zabuza, well, not Haku, but Zabuza only, and Kakashi does fight Zabuza, and Haku does have to save him. At the same time, as Haku comes in to save Zabuza, Naruto actually arrives and sees the last little bit of the fight. He didn't want to get involved, as clearly he's not there for Zabuza, and he does not care. Obviously, he then actually notices that the whole of Team 7 is there, as he didn't notice them at first. He only noticed Kakashi there. But anyways, now obviously we go on to see pretty much Naruto and Tsuki lock eyes, and Naruto just smiles and waves as he then goes on his own way and does his own little thing. Obviously, now we get to see Tsuki follow Naruto, but Naruto says that you shouldn't follow me. Clearly, I'm on a mission right now, and you're on a mission too. Now, return to your team. It's better for you. I don't want to get in trouble. Obviously, Tsuki was disappointed, but she did as she was told, as she didn't want to anger Naruto or something. But anywho, now, at first, Naruto is actually heading towards Gato. However, he does kind of get interested in Team 7, and he sidetracks a little bit from his mission. Now, he observes how Team 7 trains for the next week and actually meets Haku with Tsuki. Yes, Naruto actually talks to Tsuki as they are kind of in love. But anyways, now obviously Naruto and Tsuki have a pretty good time together, and anywho, now we get to see Naruto and Tsuki train together once again, and anywho, this pleased Tsuki, as this has been like the most fun for her in a while. But anyways, a week passes and Team 7 goes on their mission as Naruto goes on his own. Although, after Naruto hearing about Inari and everything, he did kind of feel bad for the kid, and so it was like, let me just help him out a little bit. And he left a clone behind to look after them while Team 7 was gone. Obviously, he knows how Gato works, and he was like, yeah, Gato's probably going to try to, attack them or something like that. But anyways, now, obviously, Naruto's hunch was correct, and in the end, he saved Inari and his mother, unlike in the original. But anywho now, Naruto is actually on the bridge, as he did already have a clone following Gato, ready to kill him, but he wanted to see how this played out. And anywho, now Naruto's watching Team 7 fight, as in the end he actually sees Tsuki and Haku going at it, and Haku being revealed to be Haku by Tsuki, as Tsuki was easily able to overpower him. And anyways, now we get to see Naruto actually step in when Gato arrives, as Haku nearly killed himself by getting in Kakashi's way. But this time, Gato arrived just before Kakashi could do anything, well, to endanger Zabuza's life, which would mean that Haku would just get in the way of the Chidori. But anyway, now since Gato arrived earlier, Naruto actually stepped in, saying, "It's over for you, Gato. I'm here for your head. Your bounty is mine." As he says that, he basically, well, obviously Gato does tell Haku and Zabuza that now he's going to kill them all, and they were all pretty injured. Even Tsuki, Haku had to try a lot harder, and Tsuki is, oh well, Haku is actually quite formidable here. He's actually just on par with, on the same levels with Tsuki, but Tsuki has a Sharingan, which makes it just a tiny little bit stronger. I say that because we never really got to see Haku's full power, and I am speculating here, and Haku is one of my favorite characters in Naruto ever, and I'm going to give him some plot armor, making him quite strong. Now, Haku's potential actually helped him out, and he was able to keep up with the Tsuki. Otherwise, he would have pretty much got annihilated straight away, and he wouldn't have stood a chance. But anyways, now Zabuza was pissed off, but then he sees Naruto fighting, and he sees how overpowered Naruto is. He joins in obviously because he wants to kill Gato too. But anyways, now Naruto says that tells Zabuza that to not kill Gato, as it's not their right to kill him. It's the right of the land of waves and the villages or the towns people. Obviously, Naruto knocks out Gato and ties him up, and pretty much poisons him just in case he survives all the torture that he's about to get. But anyways, the next morning Gato wakes up, and the poison hasn't started yet. The poison would only begin to actually attack Gato after a few days. So Gato will die eventually, no matter what. Naruto's not gonna let him live, as he knows that he is scum. And anyways, by this time Naruto has left. So did Team 7. Naruto did say goodbye to his friends. Well, to uh, Tsuki at least, and he just nodded to Kakashi, as Kakashi was never one to actually be a, demonize Naruto, although he never really tried to help him either. Naruto understands that he's just like that, to be honest, and he just nods at Kakashi, showing that he respects Kakashi. And Kakashi was taken aback. He thought Naruto hated everybody. That's why he actually went rogue. Obviously, he understands that his sensei was part of this thing as well, but he was a bit biased, and he blamed the Muslim Naruto for leaving the village. But then again, he couldn't blame Naruto for leaving. But anyway, now we haven't talked about Menman Mito here much. Menman Mito did try to fight, however, Tsuki took all the spotlight, and they were quite pissed off at her. On the way, they were kept telling Mito that, she should leave the team, she shouldn't be a ninja anymore. And Mito did throw a kunai at them. Obviously, they were able to dodge easily, as Mito wasn't trying to actually kill them. However, she did glare at them and paralyze them just with bloodlust, saying, "Listen, you brats. You guys are the reason why Naruto is no longer part of this village. You should be grateful that I haven't killed you yet." Obviously, she was letting out all her bloodlust. However, Kakashi got in the way, saying, "Whoa, whoa. Now, vengeance is not the way. I've been through that kind of phase. Now, Tsuki, calm down. Calm down." Obviously, he gets serious in the second, or when he says calm down the second time, as Tsuki realizes that Kakashi is probably stronger than her, clearly. But anyways, now Kakashi is much stronger here, as he Minato being alive gave him a bit more of a motive to train, as Minato was always there to watch over him and always motivate him. Minato may have been a bad father, but he was always one of the best senseis to ever have lived. Then again, this is contradicted by seeing how Obito turned out and Rin dying. Obviously, they were in a war, and at the time, wars were quite dangerous, but allow it, man. Anyways, now we now skip to Naruto, who's actually walking with Zabuza and Haku. Zabuza and Haku decided to go with Naruto and become bounty hunters for a living instead of actually killing people under someone else. And Naruto was like, I don't do bounty hunting for fun, right? Nor the living. I just hunt animals to survive and give all the money to charity, right? Obviously, Haku understood that, but Zabuza was like, why don't you spend some money on yourself? Naruto says, obviously I do, but that's that's just some necessities. Obviously, Zabuza realizes that Naruto's kind of a simple person. He only gets what he needs. He doesn't want much in life. However, as he thought of that out loud, Naruto's like, no, I'm quite selfish to be honest. I want many things in life. I want something impossible. As some may say, it is. However, I believe that I can do it. Obviously, this perks up curiosity from both Zabuza and Haku. Naruto then goes on to say world peace in the shinobi world. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about, Zabuza. After all, you are one of those children who had to go through all that pain, suffering, killing, blood, bloodlust, everything he had to go through, killing every single friend that he had in the academy. And obviously, Zabuza nodded and said, yes, it's true. However, how are you going to achieve it? Now, I'll remind you, if your answer is stupid here, I will leave. Obviously, Naruto then says, I don't know. There's still a lot of things I need to learn, and I don't know how to approach this. I haven't gone through enough suffering and pain to understand people who have gone through much, more pain than myself. And this is kind of uh, talking about Nagato, how he lost everything, like literally everything. And obviously, Naruto understands that there are people who have suffered more than him, and he's not the only one to have suffered, as he heard about Inari, and he left something for Inari. Inari obviously saw this, and he was quite happy that Naruto left. Now, we go back a little bit in time, and Gato is dead by now. The townspeople weren't having it. They were like, you demon, and pretty much they basically did a madness. And if you guys want some sort of explanation on what happened to him, it's basically what happened to the prime minister, not prime minister, but like the dude in Nakama Kill. Was he the prime minister? I can't remember what his name was and what his title was, but he was the guy that manipulated the king Nakama Kill to do all the bad things that he was doing. Now, basically, he got caught up, decapitated everything. Now Zabuza understood Naruto's answer perfectly, and he says, "You know what, kid? You know what, kid? You have charisma. I like you. I'll follow you, and I'll do anything in my power to help you achieve your goal." These were words that Zabuza has never said to anyone and surprised Haku. Obviously, Naruto changed something in Zabuza, and Haku was happy. And Haku says, "Yeah, I'll join you guys too. I'll do anything for both of you." Obviously, Naruto then says, "Well, we'll have to get stronger, as there are foes out there much stronger than I, you, and also you, Zabuza." Obviously, this meant that even Zabuza had to train. Zabuza smiled as he saw this as a challenge, and so he has accepted it. Now, we go on to see that the tuning exams begin, and here I won't be covering much about Naruto, as Naruto will not be involved with any of this tuning exams shenanigans, as Sakura is basically not part of it too. She decides not to take part in it, as she does not really care. Also, Sasuke and obviously Team 7 is a 5-man team. Well, I don't think I put Sakura in there, but anyway, allow it. No, I mean, most of you guys don't like Sakura. I mean, I'm alright with it, but anyways, now. Anyway, now. Team 7 would join as a 4-man team, and, well, they would have joined the 4-man as a 4-man team. Sorry, I got it wrong, sorry. However, Tsuki does not care. She doesn't really care about being a relief shinobi anymore, as she kind of wants to leave to go back with Naruto. But anyways, now, so Team 7 joins as a three-man team as per normal, and it would be Sasuke, Menman, Mito. Now, Sasuke would not get bitten here, as there would be no attack. Yes, there is no attack here because Minato is in the village, and Orochimaru does not want to attack the Leaf village, as he realizes that if he does, he's most probably going to die. Especially because Minato is way stronger than him, like on a real. He was like the third Hokage was like, yo, if Minato gets reanimated by that jutsu, I'm not beating him. So there is clear proof that Orochimaru wouldn't stand much of a chance with Minato. Anywho, now the tuning exams here would go pretty smoothly as Team 7 passes, and I'm going to skip most of the tuning exam. Unfortunately, there is no need to have that, and I'm going to go straight to the finals now. Obviously, Gaara is fighting Sasuke, and Sasuke does still train with Kakashi to become stronger and learn the Chidori. And here, Gaara obviously is still hateful and still wants to kill as per normal, and nearly kills Sasuke. And I'm going to say that their fight was actually first instead of Naruto's and Neji's, which would be Menma and Neji. And the sorry, not Naruto and Neji, because the double knockout happened between the two Hyugas here, as Sakura was replaced by Mito, and Ino didn't stand a chance. Now, obviously, the two siblings would go at it, and anyways, now we're going to see that Gaara nearly kills Sasuke in the process of annihilating him after Sasuke was able to stab him through the shoulder. And anywho, now obviously this showed how much of a sharp difference in strength there is compared to everyone else. Well, comparing everyone else to Gara. And anywho, now Shikamaru would win his fight, but in the end he would actually give up, saying, "Yeah, I don't want to fight anymore." And the two siblings would go ahead and fight as Choji, I mean not Choji, as Shino and Kankuro would fight. And I'm going to say that Kankuro was actually barely able to defeat Shino here, as Shino was actually caught off guard by Kankuro's hidden booby trap put well, set up by Kankuro's puppet. Anywho, now we go on to see the two siblings fight, and here it would be quite the interesting fight, especially matchup, as clearly, you know, they are siblings. They know everything about each other, and they have pretty much the same exact skills and moveset. The only difference is that one of them mostly learned from a different, well, mostly trained for that 1 month with a different Sanin. Now, this Sanin would obviously be with, well, Menma with Jiraiya, as, he liked toads more than slugs, and, Mito just liked healing a lot more, and kind of fits her, as, Mito, Hashirama's wife, was quite good with healing, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, now we go on to pretty much yeah, she was, because she had the 100 healing mark. Don't chat to me, I know my knowledge, bro, but I haven't watched Naruto in 2 years at this point. I need to rewatch ASAP after my GCSEs, you know what I'm saying. Now obviously the fight was quite interesting, as both of them were using the Flying Raijin Rasengans and Shadow Clone Jutsus, but the only difference was the healing factor in it. The one thing that Mito was able to do was learn how to pretty much heal herself. And anywho, now this helped out quite a lot, as she was able to heal herself up last second and pretty much beat Menma, as Menma could not heal himself. Obviously, Mito goes on to the next round, and I'm going to pretty much skip this part, as Mito is not beating Gara now, as she's tired, and Gara, although being pretty much stabbed by Chidori, he is much stronger than all of them, basically. And anywho, now obviously we're going to pretty much see Now we skip to Naruto a few days later, and Naruto has met someone that he never thought he'd meet in his life. Sh- uh, Orochimaru. And anywho, now you know where I'm going with this. As Naruto meets Orochimaru, Orochimaru offers Naruto power, which Naruto at first declines and says that he wants him to train him though, obviously. And Orochimaru says, "If only you beat me in a fight." And Orochimaru does try to take Naruto's body in the process. However, Naruto is much stronger than Orochimaru already. Naruto is a completely different kind of prodigy. He's basically like a god at this point. He has the flying Raijin, he has the Rasengan, he has the Rasen Shuriken, he has the he has lava style. Yes, he's mastered lava style at this point. As Naruto is quite the fast learner if you haven't realized yet. And anywho, now Orochimaru gets defeated and he takes Naruto in, and Naruto slowly but surely changing him as Orochimaru trains both all three of them, um, Naruto, Zabuza, and Haku, and they all become stronger as it's a Sanin who's training them. And anywho, now this helps quite a lot as Naruto gets the summoning jutsu. And anyways, now Sasuke, in this what if, he would go to actually train with Jiraiya, as Jiraiya thought that maybe he should train Sasuke too. However, all Sasuke really got was the summoning jutsu, which he would actually be able to summon toads now, which is quite surprising as Sasuke in the original he actually summoned snakes, which is the complete opposite. But anyway, Tsuki has had enough of this village. She clearly sees that no one is resentful, well, no one is basically not resentful, but no one is regretful of how they treated Naruto and how what they've done to Naruto. And so she decides to leave a note to her parents. Obviously, her parents have realized that she loves Naruto. Like that's the dearest person. It's the dearest person to her, and so she leaves. She actually unlocked the Mangekyo after Naruto left, if I haven't already given it to her. But anyways, now, after she left, Fugaku realized that he was kind of, neglecting his daughter's feelings, and he was sad, as any father would be, and obviously Mikoto is sad as well. But anyways, now, they understand their daughter's, you know, their daughter's feelings now, and they do not go after her, as they know that if that's the path she chose, they'll allow it. And so she leaves the village too. This was kind of a hit to Kakashi, especially as Kakashi realized that he wasn't there for his student at her hardest time, and how she had to endure all of this on her own, as she was suffering because she missed the person that was dearest to her. Obviously, this reminded him of his failures, of how he couldn't help out the dearest people to him, his teammates, his friends, as in Obito and Rin. Now, this made him a bit depressed. However, he realized that there's something wrong with this village. Clearly, if they kicked out Naruto, he actually realized that Naruto wasn't in the wrong at all. As Sasuke did tell him that Naruto got kicked out for absolutely no reason, and all he was doing is fighting as he was meant to. And clearly, the Hokage didn't like that he beat his two favorite children, and so he exiled him. And since Naruto technically passed the academy test, he became a ninja on that same day, and he was a rogue ninja ever since. Now, obviously, he understands that maybe his teacher is not always the right one, the righteous one, the one that is there to help everybody. Sometimes he makes mistakes, and clearly, this is one time that he made a pretty massive mistake. Anywho, now exiling his own son now made this happen, and Sasuke didn't leave the village yet, as he realized that this village is no longer the village that it once was, like this sacred village, overpowered village that everyone wanted to be in. Clearly not. Now it's pretty much a village that most people would want to leave. However, he doesn't want to leave, as you know, he doesn't want to leave his parents behind. As anywho, now he knows that his brother is working hard to protect this village, and he still has some kind of hope. He hopes that his sister returns with Naruto one day to bring peace and to finally uh, make this village realize that what they're doing wrong. And anyways, now Tsuki joins Naruto as she pretty much sends letters to Naruto with crows, as Naruto has a substitution jutsu, but this time it's snakes, as Tsuki has crows like her two other siblings, Itachi and Sasuke. Sasuke does have crows too. Now, Shisui, I'm pretty sure, is still alive here, as I didn't kill him off. Obviously, I do know that bit, and obviously, since he is alive, um, he would have probably went with Itachi to infiltrate the Akatsuki, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure that's what I said. If I didn't, I am sorry. Now, obviously, they know that Tsuki left, and Tsuki has talked. I mean, Fugaku has told Itachi, and Itachi understood that this is Tsuki's decision, no one else's, and she decided this on her own, and no one else forced her to leave or anything like that. So he understands, and he doesn't want to stop her from following her dreams, as all he wants for Tsuki is the best, and also Sasuke and the village as well. Now, clearly he's not the best for the village, but if it's what she's chosen, he won't stop her. Now, Tsuki starts training with uh, Orochimaru, and Orochimaru slowly comes to like Naruto as his own child of some sorts. He comes to pretty much understand how it feels to be a teacher and how it feels to have someone that he cares for. Before, he didn't care for anything else other than immortality and himself, but now, after seeing how hard Naruto works and how bright Naruto is, Naruto's light pretty much overshadows or pretty much engulfs darkness within Orochimaru's heart, and changes him for the best. And anywho, now the changed Orochimaru gladly accepts Tsuki as his own student, and I'm just saying, Tsuki, Naruto, Zabuza, and Haku are now extremely strong. Zabuza and Haku are already S rank, in my opinion, and now they are just on a whole different level that no one would have expected. And anyways, now, obviously, they pretty much create a new organization, basically what the Akatsuki were before Obito and everything. And anywho, now the Akatsuki has obviously been close to pretty much capturing all the tail beasts. Well, no, sorry, I worded that wrong. They're pretty much getting closer to the beginning of their mission to capture all the tail beasts. Now, we will have the time skip here, and obviously, this time skip is going to be the same one as in the original, as Naruto would have went to train, but this time it'd be Mito leaving the village to go train with to actually capture Naruto again and return him to the village, as he's a rogue ninja. He doesn't want to return, and they need him as they're getting stronger. They want to get stronger, and the prophecy says that the child will be able to befriend the tail beasts and use their and pretty much wield their powers. And so they realize that they need Naruto back, as they will have to use him and use his power. Naruto, Kurama is still in his deep slumber, as I said in the first part, I'm pretty sure. Now, we're going to pretty much see in the 3 year time skip that Mito master their sage mode, respective sage modes for the respective summonings, and so does Sasuke. Sasuke does it on his own with Kakashi, as Kakashi masters pretty much dog sage mode, and that's mostly because he wants to, get stronger to be a more respectable teacher, as he thinks that it was because he was weak that Tsuki never really respected him much and left the village. Now, obviously, that's not the reason why. Tsuki, in fact, respected him quite a lot, especially because he wasn't so, you know, ruthless and emotionless to Naruto. And anyways, now Obviously, she respects all the people who, you know, aren't don't demonize Naruto. And anyways, now we go on to pretty much see Tsuki and Naruto master their Snake Sage mode. So does Haku, and Zabuza doesn't want it. And Zabuza never really had summoning, and he doesn't ever want summoning for some reason. That's he never really gave a reason. And anything now, the time skip ends, and now Naruto in the time skip does, however, make a new friend. Garo, who has always had no friends, here makes a new friend. He still is the next in line to become Kazekage, as he's the strongest in the village after his father. However, Naruto changes and Naruto makes him into a bad person, as Naruto actually goes to visit, Gaara, as he's in search for, all the Jinchuriki, because he wants to befriend all Jinchurikis and bring them together. Obviously, he couldn't meet all of them. That was pretty much impossible in Naruto's opinion, especially because the Raikages, the Killer Bee, and the Two Tails Jinchuriki are quite hard to get a hold of because of the Raikage. And also he basically only meets three. Fu is quite good friends with Naruto now, Gaara, and Roshi. Roshi helped Naruto learn his lava release. Now obviously, well, the master his lava release to a whole new level, where he can use it as if he was using a Logia fruit. If you know what that is, you'll understand. Okay, I believe. Let me just check that. Yep. Okay, he's basically a One Piece character. But anyways, now obviously we're going to see Naruto finish his 3 year training with well, not Naruto, but Men Mito returning to the Leaf Village. Sakura has actually begun training with Tsunade after the well, not sorry, Sakura actually began to train with her her sensei Kakashi, as Kakashi actually wanted to teach her, and she does learn some healing ninjutsu or medical ninjutsu on her own, and she's actually quite talented at it, especially because of her, you know, very good chakra control, which helped her out a lot. And anyways, now she was natural basically. And anywho, now we pretty much see Sakura catching up quite quickly to Mito's training, especially because Sakura actually had someone else to train with, and that was actually Shizune, who has actually remained in the village, as Shizune and Kakashi actually hit off quite good. And anyways, now we go on to and also Itachi's girlfriend doesn't get killed here, if you didn't realize, and so he already has someone to return to. And anywho, now, and one last thing, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that um, Itachi's illness was cured, and if I haven't, I should have, but I'm pretty sure I did, if I do remember correctly. But anywho, now we're pretty much going to see Team 7 reunite, except for Tsuki. Now, Tsuki and Naruto are doing their own thing, as their organization is beginning to hunt down the Akatsuki, except for Sasuke, except for the two Chihas. Well, there are three, but they don't know about the third one. But the two Chihas, because they know that they're actually infiltrating the Akatsuki. Now, that's where I'm going to end off. Hope you enjoyed the second part. This was the King of Weebs, and my ducklings, you're dismissed, and peace.